and angels up there, we're associated with an angel group in Silicon Valley. They get 250 business plans a month on email from people they've never even met. So it's just huge volume. And ideas are a dime a dozen. I suppose, the answer is, if you're worried about the idea in terms of the IP, there'll be 100 other people who are executing probably that same idea, who are not so worried about it. Okay, any other questions? Yeah?
How far can a relationship go with an angel investor? They give you extra cash and there's heaps of trust involved and stuff. Do they just want to see your proposal? Do they take you away for a weekend?
Yeah. So I suppose the answer to that is it's a business transaction, right? So they're very unlikely to take you away for a weekend unless they want to deal to you because you're screwing with their money, take you and put you away in a boot. No, they are more likely, they're going to want to get to know you, like a job interview, in a number of different environments before they put some cash into you. So invariably, they want to see your pitch, right? They may put intense pressure on you in a meeting to see how you react. Some angels like to get their targets, well, it sounds wrong, but see them pissed, just to see what they're like when they're drunk. That's a bit abnormal, but has happened. It's all about trying to see, who you are, what you're all about. What you'll find a lot in this game is if a mate of yours said to Ken, hey, got this mate who's got an idea, can he come and see you? And Ken knew your mate. Once he'd met you and sort of said, oh, it's kind of interesting, Ken would ring your mate and say, hey, tell me, what's he really like? Is he a bullshit artist? Is he not? Is he a good guy? Is he open? Will he listen? So that you can just get these kind of feelings for kind of what the person is really like, because you know yourself all your life. These investors never met you. So invariably pretty professional in terms of trying to understand what you're all about, what you're trying to achieve. They will also go and talk to potential customers, angels, or actual customers. That's a really good one for you. If you've got an investor who says, if you've got 10 customers, give me the names of your 10 customers, I want to call them. Normally, at that point, you're going, holy hell, I don't have 10 customers. Shit, credibility problem. Or you're going, I better go and ring them and tell them this big money guy's going to call. And, we've had people, they've listed the BNZ as a customer, and the BNZ want you to be successful too, so they're not going to say necessarily something that's bad against you. So it's a business transaction, it's money, they do want to get to know you, but it's pretty sort of formal in that regard. All right?
What else can they bring to the table?
Let's answer Chris's question. What else can they bring to the table? We haven't talked about debt either, and let's just talk about that quickly. If you've got a big flash house and you want to put your soft bits on the line and say you put a personal guarantee or you put a mortgage on your house to get the cash to invest in your startup, then banks will go, cool, why wouldn't they do that? But you've got to be pretty cautious about raising debt on other assets and or on personal guarantees, because this is a highly risky game, doing a startup. Banks won't lend you money unless you're giving them something in return. They want security. And your startup is not security in their terms. So they'll look, to secure it. A bank just gives cash, right? That's what they do, and they charge you for it, and that's what they should do. An angel investor, your hope is they bring more than money. So when we talked about before about, you're open. If you need 4 things to do, you need 4 capabilities to deliver on your idea. Hopefully you have an angel investor that can contribute 1 or 2 things of those 4 to round out your team. Normally they're really wise, they've been around, they're hard asses, so they'll negotiate with your suppliers, or they'll encourage you to go back and shave them 20% more on that pricing, and they're just sage business women and business people. We call that smart money. And the best analogy I can give is when you're a startup guy or girl, you want to stand on the shoulders of giants, or you want to stand on people who've done it before, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that everybody else does. You want to leap ahead, you know, as far ahead as possible of other people's experiences. Because the thing that kills startups is screw-ups. Never heard, ever heard, you know, great product. Or you more often hear it's about the people and the decisions they made than the product. There are lots of brilliant, brilliant products out there that have never gone anywhere. And there's lots of really shitty products that have gone amazingly a long way.
It's similar to the topic you just mentioned, but I was wondering about your credit history and such. In America, you know, a lot of business loans are through the banks.
Yeah, that.
Or they have been in the past, and before this whole angel and venture capital and such. My brother's taken a couple businesses and did okay, but then went into bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And mortgaged his house and lost the banks a lot of money. And I don't know, how can people like that? I see people that go bankrupt and still start up another business.
Yeah, they have, in the US, they have this thing called the SBIR, Small Business Something Loan Program, where you can actually get, you can get back funding in the US and in the UK for startups. And you can get a lot of government funding for startups in those markets. There's a bit here, but it's more on 50-50. But there is a lot more risk-loving approach in the Australia and New Zealand than there is in North America. And I don't think that's a surprise given the markets are so much bigger up there. So the risk might be a little bit less, and it's culturally different. So but I think if you know, people who haven't had good success, in America, it's a badge. You know, it's a badge of honour. Angel investors love it. Here, it's a bit like, no, it's a smelly cow, that one. Don't know whether we want to go there, but some of the savvy entrepreneurs will then find out, well, why did you fail? And what was that really about? And if as long as you've been straight up and not, you know, screwed the scrum or been fraudulent, they'll take that as a positive. Yeah.
As far as investors go, is it important that the investors see the product or see what you're trying to do from your perspective, irrespective of like whether or not they believe you can make money?
I think so. The answer to that would be yes, at some stage, and it just depends.
Yeah.
You know, what you'll find with some angels, they're product guys or girls, so they want to see you through right at the beginning. There'll be other guys or girls that just want to understand the business opportunity. And invariably, the way you should think about it is, when you speak to somebody for the first time, you just want to get them interested. Right? Less is more. Hey, I've got this really cool idea about this market opportunity, you know, this is where we're at. Because you want them to go, come and see me. Well, and you want to say, can I come and see you and talk about it further? You don't have to show all of the stuff at the front end, right? And then it's just that game over 2, 3, 4, 5 meetings. Well, one of the things I haven't said is to get 100 to 400k from an angel investor, it's going to take you 6 months? About that long? Yeah. Unless you know the person, you might get it done in 2 months. You know? Or unless you're your mother, you might do it in 1 night. You know? Come on, Mum. Give me that. Well, you go under the bed and pull the cash out, which is not a good thing. But it does take a long time to transact the deal.
Any perspectives for the entertainment industry in New Zealand or specifically movies?
So the question was any perspective on the entertainment creative industry, specifically movies, which is quite a big segment and sector in New Zealand and has also been highly successful from a money perspective for some of the investors. I think my key kind of conclusion there is, because we've actually had quite a few applications in Ice Angels recently for films. And what we do now versus what we did last year or years before is we go, we're not in that space. And the reason for that is that we've got a certain investment strategy and investment capability that we stick to our knitting. We know bugger all about films. The whole how you make money